Hi, and welcome to the Connection Hub podcast. My name is Cassandra, and I'm so happy that you're here. This is a space where we are having real conversations with real entrepreneurs. We aren't here to sugarcoat the realities of being your own CEO. We are all about raw, uncensored conversations that dive into the triumphs, struggles, and secrets of real life business owners. I'm so happy you're here, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Connection Hub podcast. I'm your host, Cassandra Arsenault, and today we are talking about the coaching industry. The coaching industry is a huge industry. It's a $20 billion industry. And it grows every single day. There are new people every day making money off the word and off the industry of coaching. And today I want to talk to you a little bit more about the dark side of coaching and how to protect yourself. And the reason I built this podcast is to have real, honest conversations about entrepreneurship, about the industry, about business. And I feel that there is a lot of amazing people out there that are doing amazing work. And there's a lot of shady people doing shady things. And that is what I want to talk to you guys about today is the online coaching industry. A lot of times we get into spaces where it sounds so good, right? They hook you really quickly. It sounds so good. You can't wait to achieve all your goals, all your dreams, all of the things, but they don't really hook you on anything tangible. And so today we're going to talk about it sounds too good to be true because the coaching industry is built off of that mentality. So I have my notes because I had so many different things that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss out on any piece of conversation. So let's talk about how the coaching industry has boomed. The coaching industry isn't regulated, right? The coaching industry doesn't have a governing body telling people what they can and can't do in the industry. And so it has become a $20 billion industry. And there are many reasons. It's accessible to many people. You can do coaching from anywhere in the world. You can have coaches from anywhere in the world. It is something that has been built off of social media. There are a lot of coaches that have built multi-million-dollar companies on the backs of these social media platforms. And it is really easy to access in terms of content. It's really easy to get sucked into. It's really easy to be sold a dream. It's a very lucrative industry. And as myself, calling myself a coach sometimes, I'm a social media coach. I help my clients with their social media presence, feeling confident, excited online. I'm part of this. However, there's a difference between a coach that is authentic and there's a sales coach. And so I want to talk about that today. So people are falling for scams left, right, and center on the internet all the time. Not even on the internet. Remember back in the day when your grandma used to pick up the phone and they would be selling vacuums? There are scams all over the world. And the reason why people are falling for scams, specifically in the coaching industry, is because they are often set up in a vulnerable place. When you think about why you're sourcing a coach, when you want to work with a coach, when you want to, explore that opportunity, oftentimes you are in a vulnerable state, whether it's with your relationship, your finances, your business, your social media, you are in a vulnerable state. And so you seek out these external sources to help you with that. And the coaching industry comes on in and says, hey, you know what? I know you're going through these challenging times, and here's how my business, here's how my coaching can help you. But they don't actually give you tangible results. They give you this vague dream. They're selling you this dream. So oftentimes you're emotionally vulnerable when you're in that state and can be sucked into certain things. They also have quick promises. They promise financial freedom, healing, transformation, losing weight, all of these things. They promise these big transformations, but they don't tell you what the transformation is. They don't tell you how the transformation will go. And they don't tell you how how the step-by-step plan, how are we going to get there? So you end up with this big dream in this emotionally vulnerable state, and they have testimonials to prove it. They have flashy social media things to prove it. They have big promises of all of these things that they're going to create for you, but there's nothing tangible there. So you're vulnerable. You want your relationship to change. You want something to change. They sell you with their social media and testimonials of the transformation that they can provide you without any tangible numbers or plans or processes. And so you're left feeling excited because you want the dream so bad that you buy something that doesn't feel aligned to your bigger picture and your bigger values. Now, there's a few different common scams that happen in the coaching industry. Okay. First one, the too good to be true promise, right? We've all been in spaces where it's just too good to be true. You think about it, you're like, oh, that just sounds like what? Like, how's that even possible? The lose 50 pounds without dieting. Okay, well, if I don't change my eating habits, how am I going to lose 50 pounds? I may lose a few pounds for sure. If I up my exercise and, I do certain things, I may lose some weight for sure. But am I going to lose 50 pounds without dieting or changing my eating habits? They guarantee specific results. Make 10K in 30 days. Make 5K in this amount. Make $25,000 in your first year. Make your first 5K in your online business. There's lots of different things that coaches play with in the financial realm. A lot of us business owners will see coaches play with numbers in the financial realm because that's what we all desire in business, right? We want our business to be successful. We want to make impact, but we also need to make money in order to survive. And so there are so many narratives out there telling you that you need to have X amount of dollars in order to be successful. In order to have an online business, you must reach those 10K, 100K months. And so they sell you on this dream, make 10K in 30 days. Wow, that would be amazing. How do I do that? And so you're sold into this coaching scam, too good to be true. Now, are there people out there making 10K in 30 days? Absolutely. Are there the anomalies in the coaching industry? Absolutely. And I am not here to tear down people who have done very successful things in the industry and in their business. Let's celebrate, let's uplift, let's empower those types of cases. However, there are far more cases that aren't quite that successful. And a lot of times there's the shame cycle that goes along with that, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. The endless upsell trap. Have you ever been caught in one of those? I know there's lots of online businesses, but there's also a lot of retailers that have those crazy upsells. Buy this, get that. Buy this, get a free gift. Do this, do that. One of them I'm going to name drop is Shein. Lots of flash ups, pop-ups, coupons, upsells, all of those types of things. But that is a way of building sales, right? So you start with the low ticket offer, right? You start with that free offer. You start with that low ticket offer. Now in sales, this is a standard across the board. This is nothing new. You start with that free ticket offer, you grab those emails, you sell them into something a little bit more expensive, and then you keep selling up. Now the issue is that there is no, with that funnel, it can be very successful. Many businesses are built off of that funnel. My business has that funnel in it. There are many businesses that need that funnel to be able to get people into those higher ticket offers. Now, the problem with that in the coaching industry is that they're selling them into high ticket offers without adding any extra value or very little value. So they say, hey, this workshop is free. They dump their heart and soul into this workshop. You get hooked right away. You're so excited. You can't wait to work with them because they've dumped so much into this. You're like, wow, if this was free, I can't imagine what their paid programs are like. And then you get into their paid program and it's the same version as their free. And you think, well, why did I pay $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 for this mastermind, this program, this group, if it's basically the same thing as what I just got for free? And so that's what the problem is with that funnel. The funnel operates on something free. You get people into your world. You get them used to who you are. You get them to trust you. Then you build them up into different tiers of your services. If you're not offering any different value in those different tiers, you're not providing them with money exchange, right? They're now exchanging thousands of dollars for thinking that they are going to get a higher ticket value, that they're going to get something different. And when they get the same as your low ticket or they get the same as the free option, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So pay attention to that. what actually is the value, not their numerical value, but what is the value, the transformation, the actual content that you're getting when you pay the coach the money? What does that piece look like? Then there's the vague deliverables, right? This program, they offer this and that and blah, 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 but they don't offer any clear outcomes. They don't offer any actual deliverables. They can't tell you how many modules are in the course. They can't tell you how many transformations they've had. They can't tell you what is going to actually happen in this course. They just say it's going to be amazing. Fake authority play. Fake followers, fake testimonials, fake engagement, fake credentials. Please watch out for these things. Not all coaches are doing these things, but please pay attention to these things. These degrees on the back of my wall, I've paid thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to achieve my psychology degree, my business degree, my certificate from Rachel Peterson, who is a famous person in the social media industry. I have worked close proximity with these people to get the things that I have. I'm not saying you need to do that. I'm not saying you need to go to university. But if you print off a fake certificate and stick it on your wall saying that you are a coach and you've done these things, that is not credible. You can check my credentials at any time. You can see the stamp of approval right from those places. These are real credentials. Now, I don't need these credentials to do what I do. However, I don't advertise fake credentials. And so pay attention to that. Pay attention to the fake testimonials, the fake followers. If they have 10,000 followers and they get 4 likes on their social media post, those are fake followers. Don't get sucked into the numbers game. Now, let's talk about the fear-based tactics. These ones drive me crazy because I think it comes from a place of scarcity and vulnerability and using people on their weak spots, which I cannot stand. It is not in my wheelhouse. It is not in my world to even think to do something like this. If you don't invest now, you'll be stuck forever. If you don't spend this kind of money, your business is never going to grow. You're not committed enough if you don't want to join. You're not committed enough to your growth, to your weight loss journey, to your health if you don't join my program. Please, for the love of God, stop with this kind of tactic. And the reason why is because it's based in fear, it's based in vulnerability, and it's based in scarcity. And as business owners, we want abundance, we want growth, we want expansion. We don't want to be sending our clients to ourselves out of a place of scarcity. Because when they come to us out of a place of scarcity, if they're not achieving results instantly, they are the first ones to ask for a refund, bash your name online, and be unhappy with what you've provided them. You need to find clients that are aligned with you, and you need to stop fearing them into thinking that if they don't purchase whatever you have to offer, they will never be good enough. That is such a crappy narrative across the board. Okay, let's talk a little bit about some red flags to watch out for. So we've talked about the coaching industry in general. We've talked about how it can show up as a scam. We've talked about some of those words that people are using to get you into the industry. Let's talk about some red flags. Over-promising results, guaranteed success, overnight transformation. Stop. There are a few, don't get me wrong. There are outliers that have those types of results. There are also people who don't have those types of results. And so we need to look at the whole picture. Instead of just looking at one individual out of 1,000 clients that they've had, let's look at the whole picture. Fake urgency. So again, if there are actually limited seats in your program, if there are actually limited spots in your one-to-one support, absolutely share that with people. But the fake scarcity that changes every day is not real scarcity. High prices, low value. There are so many coaches out there that charge thousands and thousands of dollars for their program that is low value. Now, They may say, my program is worth $10,000. And if you don't get in now, you're losing out on that bonus. You're losing out on $10,000 worth of transformation. I can price my content, I can price my programs at whatever I feel. However, I need you to pay attention to what is the actual value in the program? What is the transformation? What have other people said? What are the overall testimonials? Because for every one testimonials that's good, if there's a testimonial that's bad, when you average those out, the program is mediocre. So pay attention to what is the overall business value that you're getting yourself here. Lack of transparency. This one kills me. The lack of transparency in the programs, in their lifestyle, in their business. What is the overall model here? When they are not transparent with how their business is run, who their team is, what their finances are. Now, I'm not saying you have to air your dirty laundry on the internet, but if you are talking about your finances every single day on the internet, but people don't understand that when you make $1 million, you're spending 500,000 of it in expenses, they don't see that, right? They don't fully understand that. Yes, they can lead themselves to be a part of your program and build a great transformation. But when they come into your program and they see a shift in energy, they see a shift in how the business is run. Maybe you've sold them a dream that you're going to be in close proximity with the coach. And then when they get into the program, they're in close proximity to other people in the program. They're in close proximity to other coaches, but not the one that sold them the program. That is a disconnection. So lack of transparency is huge in the coaching industry. People are not talking about the real nitty gritty behind the scenes of what it actually is. That will turn people off instantly. They could have spent $10,000 on your program, but the lack of transparency and the lack of authenticity will turn them around so freaking quickly, you won't even be able to see them on the way out. That is the problem. When your lack of transparency gets in the way of your actual business. Focusing on their lifestyle over their clients. I am a business that, yes, I celebrate client wins. Yes, I post every once in a while in my story what my clients are sharing with me, but it's not something that I am there all the time. It's also not something that I'm sharing my brand new vehicle, or I'm sharing my house, or I'm sharing all of these things. I'm not sharing financial wins every day. And the reason for that, is because I put my clients first. My clients are my first priority in my business. It's not how quickly I can spend the money or what I'm spending the money on. It's my clients, their transformation, their businesses, their growth. Once we've locked that down, yeah, I may go out and purchase a new. Actually, I don't purchase a new bag. Who am I kidding? No. I'm purchasing dinner with my friends is what I'm doing. I like experiences. I'm purchasing new dance lessons. Those are my types of experiences. We're going on a trip. Last year, I spent my savings that I had saved in my business on a vacation for me and my boyfriend, because that's what I felt excited to do. I was like, let's go sit on the beach. Let's go relax for a bit. Let's take the money and let's, enjoy ourselves a little bit. Now, did I share some of that on social media? Absolutely. But my clients were my number one priority. They were taken care of. Their transformations were important. Then all of those things came. So if they are talking about their personal wealth, their cars, their trips, their houses, their designer bags, purses, jewelry, all of the things, and they aren't focused on their client transformation, it's gross. They're taking the money that they're scamming off of people and using it to buy all these fancy things, but the transformation for the clients is put on the back burner. Dodgy refund policies. And I'm not saying just refund policies as they spent 12 months in your container and now they want a refund. No, absolutely not. But the refund policy, the cancellation policy, the buyouts of contracts, those types of things. There are certain things, there are certain states, there are certain countries in which you can do that. And there are a lot of countries and states in which you can't do that. And so when coaches are offering you 30, 40, 50% buyouts, they are asking you to spend 20 grand. They are saying that there is no refund policy, that there is no satisfaction guaranteed. Pay attention to those things. Now, it's their business and they get to choose how they run their business. But when you get into a contract with somebody, pay attention to what the contract says. If it says there are no refunds and you sign that contract, there are no refunds. You've agreed to that. If they say that there is a 30% buyout on anything that you purchase, if they say that this, is going to lock you into a year-long commitment, you need to be aware of that. You need to be in integrity with who you are. You need to be understanding that if they have said and they have been upfront about the finances and the payments and the layout of the program, you need, and you've signed that, have agreed to that, that's on you. Now, if you haven't agreed to that, if you haven't agreed to any terms of service or anything like that, and they're trying to scam you into more money and paying more money and all of these things, you have a different case there. But please pay attention to the no refund, the no exchanges, the no backouts, the no buyouts, any of those things, because you are the person who's signing over and agreeing to that. And I just want you to be aware of what you're actually signing onto. The shame. The shame that coaches make people feel if they don't purchase something from them. This one I really don't like. It's really icky for me. When coaches say, when someone comes back with a objection to their coaching offer, maybe they say it's too expensive, it's not the right time, I don't have the finances. A lot of it has to do with financials. The coaches will come back and say that if they don't do it, they're just not ready for this transformation in their lives. They'll never get as far as this business owner. They're just in a low vibe energy. They are just in a different frequency. They will never be good enough. What? We are telling people that because they don't have the financial stability, they have to put themselves and their family first. They don't have the financial stability to buy into high ticket offers, that they're low vibe, that they're never going to be good enough, that they're not ready. This is a gross narrative. And there is a difference between people who are finding finances stretchy. Like they may say, the coaching program is $10,000 over the course of the year. There are going to be people that are like, wow, $10,000 feels stretchy and exciting. And I have the money to be able to do that. And I'm empowered by this decision. And I'm in sovereignty with myself. And I know what I need. And I trust myself to lead myself through that process. And there are people that are like, how can I take out another credit card loan because this person is making me feel shameful around investing $10,000 that I don't have, I will never have, into a coaching program that is not going to be able to transform me into the one-off client that this person has had. That's the problem. The shame never, ever should come to your clients. I never shame my clients. When they come to me and say, hey, your social media management package is out of my range right now, no problem. When it feels aligned for you, please let me know. And I leave it at that. That's it. I don't sell them into something bigger. I don't sell them into a different program. I let them lead themselves. And 9 times out of 10, those clients have come back 6 months down the road and said, hey, I'm ready to do this now. Hey, I have the financial stability to be able to carry this. Hey, whatever it is. So please allow your clients and trust your clients to lead them through their own process. They will be ready when they are ready. There's a difference between stretchy finances and saying, ooh, this is exciting. I'm scared, but it's exciting. And I absolutely cannot afford this. And I'm going to go into debt. I am not going to be able to pay my house. I am not going to be able to pay my groceries for the month. They're very different things. And neither of them should be shamed for where they're at. My personal opinion. Okay. So let's talk about protecting ourselves in the coaching industry. There are so many. I have been in the coaching industry for years. I have coaches for myself. I am in masterminds for myself, for my business growth. There are many coaches out there that are doing amazing things. And cheers to them. Cheers for them being authentic, growing their business, growing their whatever they're doing. I'm so proud of them. And so there are many coaches out there that are amazing. You just have to find them. You just have to find the right people. And so protecting ourselves around scams, around shady things. Do your homework. Research the coach. Okay. Research the person that you want to work with. I am not a person that will purchase something off a whim. Never. I've never done it. And the reason why is because I like to research who I'm about to work with. I want to know, who is this person? Who is this coaching person? Who is this business person? Who is this course coming from? I research. I do the research, and it doesn't, if it's a $20 offer, I'm not spending 5 hours researching them, but I am taking a look at their, what they're doing, who they are, how they speak, how they show up, because I want to make sure that I'm taking in content that aligns with my higher self, that aligns with the person that I choose to be, that aligns with my values. If I bought a $20 program and if the person didn't align with my values at all, I now know, okay, this person isn't for me. And I've wasted $20. Maybe not wasted, but I've invested $20 that I am not going to pay attention to. Now, do your homework. Look at their testimonials, look at their reviews, look at their track record. Go on the internet, Google their names, search for different things that are coming up. Don't always trust their social media. I can put anything on my social media. I can tell you that I've made $1 million in my business and I've helped 5 million clients. Doesn't mean I have done that, right? Transparency, back to that transparency thing. Oftentimes, coaches who are in an inauthentic place are going to sell you the dream without any actual testimonial behind it, right? So pay attention to that. How did they receive the testimonials? That's another thing. Were clients giving testimonials because they were excited and happy about their transformation, or were they conned into giving testimonials? Pay attention to those things. Ask questions. What does the program include? What does it provide? What is your refund policy? What is your cancellation policy? If I don't feel this mastermind is the right place for me, what do I do? What happens? Take a look at those things, right? What's the program including? Are there live components to the program? How do people learn in this space? Is there a community? There's lots of questions that you can ask around the specifics. And if they are very vague in the specifics, red flag. Listen to your gut. Trust your gut. Ladies, gentlemen, whoever's listening on the other end of this, trust your gut. You know what's right for you. You know what's going to feel exciting, lit up. It may be stretchy financially, but you can feel it inside of you. You're excited. You want to do this. You want to invest in your business. And I don't know about this person. I just feel like, I don't know, there's just like these mixed feelings inside of me. I don't know what to pin it on. I don't know why I feel this way, but I feel this way. There's a difference there. Trust your gut. Start small. Start with a lower ticket offer with them. Learn how they teach, learn their content, learn who they are. Start with a free offer, a $99 offer. Get into their low ticket spaces and places so that you can see who this person is, how they teach. If you like them, if you like what they're sharing, then you can start moving up into higher, closer proximity spaces if you feel aligned with who they are. Talk to past clients. Nothing does it better than talking to other people. Talk to those past clients, the people that they have testimonials on. Message them. Say, hey, I saw that you were in so-and-so's program. I'd love to learn more about what you took from the program. How was the experience? What do you wish was different? Learn from other people. Then look for authenticity. Look for the coaches that admit challenges. The people that are like, you know what, today was really difficult for me, and here's why, and here's how I'm moving through that. Look at how they lead themselves through different challenges. Look for the coaches that admit things on social media. We all want everything to be rainbows and sunshines, but in business, it's simply not the case. And so how do they lead themselves through that transformation? If they have moved on from a team member, how do they lead through that? Do they bash the person? Do they say that they can do it all themselves? Do they cut down other industry leaders, or do they simply share parts of that process and lead themselves through that process with you? How do they show up for themselves and show up for you when there's things that aren't perfect? They share their journey. They don't rely on flashy marketing. They share their authentic self. They show up as themselves through that process. Not everything is going to be $1 million day. And when it's not $1 million day, what is that process? Are they showing that process, or are they just saying that, back a few months ago, I wasn't feeling good and we were in debt? Tell us more. That's what people want to hear. They want to hear the authentic truth of the brand, of the business, of the coach. Coaches can do amazing things. They can fast track your growth. They can get you in rooms that you might never have been in before. They can introduce you to new circles. They can grow your business. They can build who you are as a person. They can build long-term change for your business. But they need to be authentic and true. And they need to show up as people who are not scamming you. It's really what it comes down to. There's so much that coaches can do. Me, myself, and I, as a coach, as a person who wants transformation for my clients, I help them build that confidence that they need for their online marketing. They come to me and say, I don't want to show up on social media. I don't want to do videos. And by the end of our work together, they feel more empowered to show up in those places and spaces. They feel excited to go to a networking event and say, this is my business, because finally their social media feels authentic to who they are. They may not want to show up on video, and that feels good for them. We don't push that. We move through different things. We say, okay, you don't like video? No problem. Let's see how else we can market your business without shaming and pressuring you into showing up on video. There are so many other ways in which you can market your business that doesn't have to be like other people. And you, as a business owner, and you, as your authentic self, get to choose that for yourself. And so I am not the person that's going to take that choice away from you. You get to choose it. And as your coach, it's my job to empower you and to push you sometimes, but empower you to make that choice that's best for your business and push you sometimes a little bit out of your comfort zone to help you grow and build and transform. But I am not here to sell you false promises. I'm not here to get you in high coaching containers that don't deliver more results than other coaching containers. Start small. Start in that basic space. Start with your coach in a low ticket offer. Learn about how they show up, how they create those results, how they show up authentically. Coaches can give you those clear, actionable results. They can get you from point A to point B because they've done it in their own business, but they've also done it with their clients. But they also need to have those realistic expectations, right? If I say I'm going to get you 0 to 10K in 30 days, I better have hundreds of testimonials that show that that's the case. The testimonial rate should be higher on that than the few outliers that created that result. And then coaches who prioritize relationship building. My clients are my favorite people. My hubby is my favorite person, but my clients are up there. I love working with aligned clients, and all of my clients are those people. When they're not aligned, we no longer work together. We say, you know what? It's not working. Let's move on. Relationship building. People on social media, I have had amazing conversations with and genuine conversations with because I want to know who they are. I want to know their battles, their struggles, their growth, their personal life. I like to know who I am working with, who I am surrounding myself with. And so relationship building empowers you to make informed decisions. You can never send me too many messages. When we are working together, when you are wondering if I am the right person for you, you can never send me too many messages. I hope you send me 20. I hope you tell me all of the things that you're struggling with and how we can work together. You are never a waste of my time. That's what people need to transform from. Lots of coaches are like, oh, that's just a waste of my time. I'm not going to answer her messages because she's asking too many questions. She needs to just decide and she needs to empower herself through this process. Yes, there are people that ask 5,000 questions. And if you don't have time for them and you don't want to build that relationship with them, then that's not your client. And so my clients, yes, they lead themselves through the transformation. And yes, they lead themselves into my business. They know when it's the right time to invest in themselves in this capacity. But please come to me, ask me your questions. Please come and feel me out. See how I teach, see how I coach, see how I show up. Because that to me is truly where the transformation lies. When they can see me showing up authentically and growing my business in a transformative way, they then feel empowered to step up and do the same thing. The coaching industry is full of incredible human beings. There are transformational leaders all around us. I have worked with some myself. I have worked for some. There are transformations happening literally everywhere. There are a few bad apples. in that crew. There are amazing people, and there are a few people that are just just out there in a space of inauthenticity and just very lost. And I want you guys to just have the tools and the know-how to navigate those pieces. Know when people are scamming you, know when they're just, it doesn't feel good. I want you to trust your gut when you're working with people in any part of business. And, you know, if it doesn't feel good, if it doesn't feel aligned, if you feel as though the transformations are flashy, but they're just one offs, please, red flag, trust your gut in that process. I would love to know in the show notes, in the comments below, wherever you're watching, if you've had an amazing experience with a coach, please shout them out, let people know. And if you've had a, a coach that just didn't feel aligned, a coach that felt out of authenticity, please tell me, share your stories, whether you DM me personally and share your story about how that coach has affected you and, maybe a story that just didn't feel good for you. I want to know. The coaching industry has changed my life. It's changed so many people's lives. Online business has changed my life. And there have been coaches that I have encountered that have not been in the right space. There are coaches that I have worked with that have not been in the right space. And so I would love to hear your stories truthfully. That's what this podcast is about, is to be able to come and have these types of conversations and share. Yes, there are so many amazing people out there, and there's still some crappy, shady salespeople out there as well. And so, how are you choosing to show up? What are you learning from them in your own business? I hope this episode was helpful for you guys today. Please keep in mind, I am loving up on every one of you that come into my DMs, that come into my comments on social media, that share their stories with me. Truly, it means so much to me that you come to me and trust me with these things. And so if you ever have something you want to share with me, please reach out. I am so honored to hear your journey through this process. And I think that as people, we need to navigate these industries just a little bit better. The more we know, the more we can adjust and atone to what we need to do. We can understand that not everybody is going to have the same business model, and that's okay. However, we are the people who get to choose what is right for our business, and we won't be shamed or tactfully sold into something that just doesn't feel aligned. That is what I want to get across in this episode today, is that there are a lot of scams out there in the coaching industry and also just in general. And I want you guys to be able to trust yourself and trust your process. And if it doesn't feel good for you right now, that's okay. It will eventually with the right person. So go find your people that light you up, that excite you, that build you, that grow, all of the things. And I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for hanging out today. Have a beautiful, beautiful week.